Leigh, the under-19s academy back in action this evening against Widnes Vikings. You'll be looking for a response after a defeat against Warrington last week.
Yeah, we are. We had some strong words about. I think we fell in love with ourselves a little bit, but we spoke about Warrington. They'd lost 8 on bounce, and they were going to get a response after that defeat at Wigan. I spoke about that all week. I think we did take on board that because we're well capable of doing something with the side we've got. So yeah, it was disappointing that way, but yeah, we're looking forward to tonight.
Have you seen an uplift, a response from the boys in training this week?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, they're a great bunch. Season, they work very hard. They were all learning as well. Friday, Saturday we spoke about. We trained very hard Saturday, put some things right. Trained hard on Monday. Then had a good team run last night. So we did a couple of good sessions with video as well. So we did a lot of good things last week on back of that. So we'll see what the response is tonight.
What sort of side can we expect this evening?
I've put young Murphy Smith back in there. I think he deserves another go. Doyle will start at 9. I thought Doyle last week was outstanding when he come off bench at 9, so he'll probably start at 9. And then it's pretty much the same because his forward pack's been extremely good, and it's hard to pick between them because they work extremely hard. In
terms of Thomas Doyle, obviously with the first team having a bit of a hooker injury crisis, was that discussed with yourself and John Keir about potentially maybe giving him a run out in a tough game at Whitehaven on Sunday? No, it's not sort of come up that. There's Tom's just learning that trade. I think he's got a future. I'll be honest there, but he's got a lot to learn in his distribution of the ball and a bit on game management stuff there as well. But his feet and getting out on back of a quick play or getting as a quick play is outstanding. What can we expect from Widnes tonight, Leigh? Because they're coming in to this evening's fixture, Odsal, on the back of a 5-game unbeaten run. They're having a real surge of late. Yeah, they're a good side, mate. They're up there. See, this league is difficult because teams. It depends when you hit teams and how you hit them. And if the first teams are struggling with injuries, then obviously it weakens the 19s for that. And when the first team sort of get the players back, then obviously the 19s get stronger. So it depends when you hit these sort of teams. So I think their team at the minute they've got a few back from injury, so the 19s is pretty strong, and they're always a competitive side, really competitive side. When we last played Widnes at the Odsal Stadium, it was a bit fiery. There were a red card, a couple of yellow cards, Leigh. A lot of pride and passion from these young players. Yeah, there is. They're very competitive, Widnes, and so are we. So it should be a good contest tonight. It'll be, hopefully, won't be any red cards, but hopefully it could be a bit tasty, I think, in spells. So we'll see. We're coming up to the halfway point of the Academy Championship season. How do you assess your side's performances to date? Oh, I'm over the moon with them. The run we went on, start years like I spoke about with them teams who had Will Oakes in, like old Will Oakes, Dagger, were all out on loan at York, and Cam Scott was played Super League when we played them. Saints, I thought were outstanding against St Helens. Wigan were a good side. They put us at sort of bit, and obviously Leeds did as well at the start. But we got some form up back of that. I thought we played really well. We've competed well. We played some good stuff as well, which I'm pleased about. And I've seen players develop, which is even more pleasing. Obviously, through this, Ron Milnes has had a shot into first team. So I've seen some real positives out of what we've done up to press, and I think there'll be a lot more as well. And for the second half of the season, Leigh, more of the same, and potentially, if John Keir sees 1 or 2 players could help him, you know, you'd like to see more make the step up to the first team. Yeah, of course would. Me and John will speak about that. John's got whatever John decides and stuff, but obviously first team's a priority at the minute. And we're just trying to build underneath that at the minute and get some consistency in what we do. So hopefully we'll see some fruits out, if not this year, but hopefully next year.